What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the natural born thriller. And welcome everyone to WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament 2018. I'll be going through what happened when it comes to the filmed events from June 18th and 19th of 2018 for the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament, and the one that aired on June 25th and 26th of 2018 of the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament. That all took not all took place at that venue, but a few that took place at other places. But the main venues that took place, I'll get to that momentarily. But let me do something first. And I'm going to do the business out of the way. And the business is WWE Promotions, the brands NXT and United Kingdom. The dates: June 18th, June 18th, June 19th of 2018, and June 25th and 26th of 2018. The venue at the Royal Albert Hall, and the city was at Kensington, London, England, basically in the UK. So, yeah, those were the business out of the way that I need to get out. Also, the official theme song for the United Kingdom Championship Tournament 2018 was dusted by Asteroid Boys. That's the band, and yeah, a lot of things happen on the show too as well. For example, let's just get right into it. Let's first talk about the participants that were part of the tournament. You got Joe Coffey from Glasgow, Scotland, who weighed in 240 pounds. Zach Gibson, I'll get to that guy when I get to him. From Liverpool, England, who weighs 220 pounds. You have gentleman Jack Gallagher from Manchester, England, who weighs 167 pounds. You got Amar Jordan from Pakistan, and who I think he also lives in. Actually, he was born in Pakistan, but I believe he grew up in Dewsbury, England, and he weighs in 185 pounds. You have Kenny Williams, who's from Glasgow, Scotland, who weighs in 180 pounds. You have Ligero, who's from Leeds, England, who weighs in 160 pounds. You have Dave Mastiff, who's from the Black Country, England, who weighs in 322 pounds. You have Joseph Connors, who's from the Nottingham, England, who weighs in 190 pounds. You have Travis Banks, who's from Auckland, New Zealand, who weighs in 190 pounds. You have Flash Gordon Webster, who's from Barone, Wales, and he weighs in 160 pounds. I meant to say, excuse me. You have Jordan Devlin, who's from Bray County, Winslow, Ireland, and he weighs in 180 pounds. You have Tucker from Belfast, Northern Ireland, who weighs in 191 pounds. You have Drew Gulak, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who weighs in 193 pounds. You're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, why is he in this tournament? He's not from the European. I don't know why either, folks, but either way, I didn't care. Well, actually, I did care for a little bit, but I'll get to more of that later. Ashton Smith from Manchester, England, weighing 193 pounds. James Drake from Blackpool, England, who weighed in 181 pounds. And finally, Tyson T-Bone from Melbourne, England, who weighs in 245 pounds. Now, explain that the tournament took place at other places. I'm going to get to it right now. The first round from the taping from May 10th, 2018 on NXT. We're commentators Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson, as we see the first round happen with Drew Gulak versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher. And that's when I realized, it's like, wait a minute, why Drew Gulak is in the match? And then after the match was getting in, coming after the match was being developed in it, I completely forgot all about that. Like, because it ended up being a good match between Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak, with Gentleman Jack Gallagher winning the match against Drew Gulak to advance to the second round of the tournament. And then the rest of the rounds of the first round happened at on June 8th to June 9th of 2018. Actually, did I mention that from the beginning? Actually, no, I didn't. But I'm mentioning it right now. Yeah, I think I mentioned for some other ones. I'm trying to remember if I was doing a hotline with someone. So, I'm with on a site. I meant to say. But the rest of the matches happened on at Download Festival on June 8th and 9th of 2018. And your commentators from those days, for those 2 days, I meant to say, for the rest of the tournament was Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph from 205 Live. You have Zach Gaber Jr. defeating Amar Jordan in 9 minutes and 29 seconds. It was a good match. And Zach Gibson, who's a heel, and he was getting heel heat, obviously. And yeah, there you go. And by the way, I'm assuming that place was taking place in the UK, the Download Festival. In fact, let me find out if it was. Oh yeah, it was. I remember now. I didn't get to look it up. But yeah, I remember now. Flash Gordon Webster defeats James Drake in 7 minutes and 57 seconds by pinfall to advance to the second round of the tournament. Tyson T-Bone versus Jordan Devlin, and Jordan Devlin wins in 5 minutes and 49 seconds to advance to the second round of the tournament. Joe Coffey defeats Tucker in 7 minutes and 1 second to advance to the second round tournament. Dave Mastiff, who defeats Kenny Williams in 5 minutes and 51 seconds to advance to the second round tournament. Travis Banks defeats Laguro in 5 minutes and 11 seconds to advance to the second round of the tournament. And finally, Ashton Smith defeats Joseph Connor in 9 minutes and 45 seconds to advance to the second round of the tournament. And the rest of the tournament, from the quarterfinals to the all the way to the finals, all ended on June 18th, 2018. And they had some other matches too on there as well. And I'll get to it when we get to it right now. Okay, here we go. Night 1 of the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament. They had a dark match. You have, now I didn't watch the dark match, but you had Amar Jordan defeating Joseph Connors. Like I said, I don't know how the match ended up happening. Ended up being basically I didn't see the match because it's a dark match. Whenever you hear dark match, that means it's not televised. So let's get to matches that were televised on the WWE Network, and that is Zach Gibson Jr. I was gonna say, actually, yeah, I actually did say Zach Gibson Jr. No, he's not. He's not the second. I don't know what's his father's name, but whatever. But no, I meant to say Zach Gibson, just Jack Gibson. But yeah, Jack Gibson defeats Gentleman Jack Gallagher to advance to the semifinals. And during the match too, by the way, Zach Gibson were getting heel heat from the crowds in the UK, by the way. Basically, and then he was getting booed, he was getting heel heat, and then all of a sudden we get crowds chanting, "If you hate Gibson, stand up." And Gentleman Jack Gallagher was working as a babyface in this match, as he's standing on the second rope, and he starts telling everyone he's basically wants everyone to stand up because because if you hate Gibson, stand up. So they all stand up. So I'm like, holy shit, this is cool. And again, you know what? When it comes to the UK fans, they're tolerable more than the American fans. When it comes to professional wrestling. Excuse me. Okay, they know how to have a good time. They know how to have fun. But when it comes to WWE fans, their own ways of having fun is to put themselves over. You know, in a way that that's fucking annoying. Some of you may know what you probably don't know what I mean by that, but you'll find out pretty soon. Pretty soon. Anyways. But yeah, Zach Gibson Jr. wins. Obviously, it was a good match. He won by submission. Joe Coffey defeats Dave Mastiff. It was a good match too, to advance to the semifinals of the tournament. Flash Gordon Webster defeats Jordan Devlin to advance to the semifinals of the tournament. Good match. Travis Banks defeats Ashton Smith to advance to the semifinals of the tournament. I think I may have said something about Zach Gibson advancing to the quarterfinals. No, I'm actually meant to say advancing to the semifinals. Or I think I may have said that from Joe Coffey versus Dave Mastiff. Either way, whoever wins this quarterfinals tournament goes to the semifinals of the tournament. You know. But then we get to a Pronto match. We get a triple threat match to determine the number one contender to face the NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler on the next night, which is night 2 for the EU United Kingdom Championship tournament. And the participants were Toni Storm. I love me some Toni Storm, folks. Toni Storm, beautiful, attractive, nice body, and she can wrestle. Toni Storm versus Killer Kelly versus Eli Dawn. I think I say her first name. But yeah, match itself was pretty good. Toni Storm was getting double teamed at first, but then she started fighting back at them. And like, holy shit, like, Toni Storm is a fucking badass. That's what I love about Toni Storm. She's a fucking badass. And in the end, Toni Storm wins the match. I think she pinned Isla Dawn in the match. And yeah, so she wins, and she gets to be the number one contender against the face NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler, on the next night. I'll get to that momentarily. And we continue on with the tournament. Zach Gibson defeats Flash Gordon Webster to advance to the finals of the tournament. And again, the fans are chanting once again, "If you hate Gibson, stand up." And you know, they're booing him, and they're basically he's getting that type of heel heat. And what the fans don't realize is that, you know, what comes to the powers that be, if you give a heel a reaction like that, that means they're gonna make money off of him for that. They're gonna push him. And yeah, that was my worries too, by the way. I'm like, holy shit, is he gonna win the tournament and all that? So yeah, if you hate Gibson, stand up. So basically, they're showcasing that they hate the heel, Zach Gibson, and they kept doing that. If you hate Gibson, stand up. If you hate Gibson, stand up. And they did it. They kept standing up, and he won. Next we get Travis Banks defeating Joe Coffey. And after the match, Joe Coffey attacks Travis Banks, because Travis Banks, who's supposed to be wrestling in the finals against Zach Gibson, now he's badly hurt because of Joe Coffey being a sore loser. And I should mention too, by the way, his brother, I forgot his name already, was in the crowd, who's a wrestler too, by the way. So yeah. So then we get another Pronto match. We get British Strong Style, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, who is the UK champion, by the way, and Trent Seven versus Undisputed Era, who knows how to shock the system. Baby. You know? Anyways, Adam Cole, baby, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roger Strong, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions. Oh yeah, and Adam Cole is the NXT North American Champion. Just saying. So they have a match. Great match, folks. Back and forth action between the stables. I call them the stable, faction, whatever. It was pretty awesome. And a lot of cool spots in the match. and the crowds were into it. And then finally, British Strong Style wins the match against Undisputed Era. Good. And they need and obviously it was a home turf, so obviously they had to win. So yeah, good match. And once again, it continues to feud for Pete Dunne with Mustache Mountain, which they're calling themselves again, British Strong Style against Undisputed Era. And yeah, there you go. And I'll get to the tournament. The final of the tournament, basically, which is the main event for night one of the WWE United Kingdom Championship tournament. Zach Gibson versus the injured Travis Banks to determine who's going to win this tournament to become the number one contender against Pete Dunne for the for the WWE United Kingdom Championship title. So the fans again, they're doing it again, booing Zach Gibson, and they're showing how they hate him. And then all of a sudden, again, if you hate Gibson, stand up. If you hate Gibson, stand up. If you hate Gibson, stand up. Like, it's a cool chant, by the way. It's a cool chant. It's catchy. It's fun to chant it and all that. There wasn't being the show, by the way. They wasn't doing it all the time, but always getting some offense too, by the way. That's when they start doing it. But it gets even better when we get to night two. Wait till we get to night two. Holy cow! Oh man. So yeah. In the end, Zach Gibson, he wins the match, and that's what I'm talking about. What the fans don't realize, if you give a heel like that, Zach Gibson, that type of heel heat, they're gonna push him. They're gonna have him win. And sure enough, that's what happened. Zach Gibson got that type of heel heat, and they have him win the tournament. So I think Shawn Michaels was part of that show. He was I can't remember if he was for that night, or I think it was night two. I can't remember which night it was. But Shawn Michaels appeared there. He was there along with Triple H and the general manager of the UK division. I forgot his name too, by the way. Damn it. What was his name? It should say here. He used to be a wrestler. Okay, here we go. John Saint. He used to be a wrestler. He's from the United Kingdom. So yeah, the United Kingdom it's got their own brand now. He's the general manager of the WWE United Kingdom brand, which is good. That's something that this man has no power of. But yeah, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Johnny Saint. I wish Ringo was there too, by the way, because it's also about NXT too as well. But yeah, I forgot to mention that Shawn Michaels was there, and Shawn Michaels was talking about he didn't want to go too long with it, but he says he was part of that building, the Royal. I'm trying to remember the name again, the Royal Albert Hall. And the Royal Albert Hall has a rich history when it comes to wrestling events, especially when it comes to UK wrestling. Yeah, and that was it. And the fans chanting one more match for Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels like, "You gotta stop doing that, guys." And like, yeah, seriously, stop doing that, guys. Shawn Michaels ain't come back to wrestle. He's one of the guys who's retired from wrestling, and he wants to stay retired from wrestling. He never wants to go back to wrestling. When it comes to having a match. So yeah, he's not a Terry Funk. He's not an Undertaker. He's not a Ric Flair. He's not a Mick Foley. He's not Hulk Hogan. Hey, Sting he can wrestle, but he just chose not to, because he's still under contract. He's on a contract with WWE. Anyways, Shawn Michaels is one guy who's keeping his word to remain retired, and he kind of has to too, because he's a born again Christian, unlike a certain guy who doesn't always keep it keep it honest. Vince Russo. Just saying. But yeah, there you go. Zach Gibson wins. He's being greeted by Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Johnny Saint. Win the tournament. And he grabs a microphone. He cuts a promo, and also he gets interrupted by the United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne, and they have a face-off, and it ended on night 1 for that one. So yeah, night 1 of the UK Championship Tournament, success. And we're not done yet, folks, because now we're going to get to night 2. And night 2 will feature the United Kingdom Championship episode, from June 19, 2018. It was not just about the UK, it was also about NXT. So, Triple H made an announcement, along with, I think also with Johnny Saint, who was there as well. Obviously, he has to because he's the general manager. They decided to join together NXT UK. Yes, I'm happy. So NXT UK, so basically, yeah, NXT UK. Whenever they go overseas, it's a thing. While NXT has their own thing when it comes to America, Canada, Japan. If NXT ever does episode NXT show in Japan, I don't know if they do or not, but New Zealand, I mean not New Zealand, or Australia, I meant to say. But yeah, New Zealand they should too. But because New Zealand, also NXT UK. Yeah, so yeah, NXT it's got its own brand, and also the UK's got their own brand, and then you got NXT and UK doing a brand as well. Awesome, man. Vince McMahon, what are you doing? Triple H is doing a great thing, and you can't do the same thing. You don't want to work with Impact Wrestling. You don't want to work with Lucha. You want to work with Lucha Underground. You don't want to work with Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. No, it's just to you, Vince McMahon, it's just WWE. Only WWE matters. WWE should not be working for any other wrestling promotions. I don't understand. Triple H knows what's best for business. Unlike Vince McMahon, who makes the business worst for business. But at the same time, this is Vince McMahon. This is the same Vince McMahon who killed other wrestling promotions during his prime. WCW, ECW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. WC, World Class Championship Wrestling. Stampede Wrestling. Other territories that Vince McMahon has killed and went against, and he went against his father's wishes. Triple H is trying to bring that back. Unlike Vince McMahon doesn't want that to be back. But anyways, enough of that. Enough of Vince McMahon. But yeah, let's get to this. So yeah, night 2 of the W United Kingdom Championship Tournament going on. But for this one, it's NXT UK Championship. Dark match. They had Ligero defeating someone named Mike Hitchman. It's a dark match, so I don't care about that. But the televised one on the network, I care for. You have the tag team championship match, which is the NXT tag team championship match. Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven versus the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, who are the current NXT tag team champions. They had a match. It started off decent at first, but then it started picking up a little bit. It started getting good, and then the shocking thing happened here. Mustache Mountain beat Undisputed Era. And Simmons said, wait a minute. Holy shit, they beat... That means that they're the new tag team champions. Like, holy shit, they're taking this seriously now. So obviously they're taking this very seriously here. NXT UK, that's a good start here. Yeah, I loved it. I wasn't mad at that. Sure, Undisputed Era, it was... hey, they were protected in the loss here, folks. It was a good match, either way. Could have been better, yes, but still a good match though. And the ending, the finish of that match shocked the hell out of me here. Like, wow, I was not expecting that. But yeah, Mustache Mountain, good for them. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, man, they deserve it. Awesome. deserve it. We'll deserve them, I have to say. New NXT Tag Team Champions. I didn't expect that. Awesome. Of course, it's gonna be a rematch clause down the line. When it's gonna happen, I don't know. I'm assuming maybe at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Who knows? Maybe they will. But yeah, oh my god, that was awesome. Title changing hands just like that. Unbelievable. Next we get to Charlie Morgan defeating Killer Kelly. It was a woman's match, by the way. They show, I forgot to mention, they show Charlie Morgan in the crowd from the first night of the WWE United Kingdom Championship tournament going on. And I see myself, I never heard of her before, but I heard of her background. And like, okay, let's see what she can do. Match itself, it was decent. Yeah, but like I said, Charlie Morgan won. And like, okay. Like, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. I just didn't. It just. I was just feeling that. I was just feeling it that much, you know. If you know what I mean. We were supposed to get a triple threat match here, folks. Between Travis Banks versus Flash Morgan Webster versus Mark Andrews. Now, originally it was supposed to be a fatal four-way match, where the involvement was supposed to be some guy named Ginny. No, Ginny, not Jimmy. Ginny. You know, Jinny. But unfortunately, wait, I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a triple threat match. What I meant was the match between Charlie Morgan and Killer Kelly. That match was supposed to be a triple threat match, I believe. Hold on, let me double check, folks. My mistake, folks. My mistake. From night 1 of the WWE United Kingdom Championship tournament, where it came to Toni Storm, Killer Kelly, and Ila Dawn, it was supposed to be Ginny in that match. It was supposed to be a fatal four-way match, but then it ends up being a triple threat because she got unfortunately she suffered an injury, you know, during her match. So that's why that first night was a triple threat match, and now a fatal four-way. So my apologies, folks. Sorry for that confusion. My fault. But anyways, this match was supposed to be a triple threat match between, again, Travis Banks, Flash Morgan Webster, and Mark Andrews. But then it turned into a fatal four-way match, and they brought in the Scarlet Supernova, Norman Dar. And he got a huge reaction. So yeah, this is also to determine who's going to become the number one contender against the WWE United Kingdom Champion between either Pete Dunne or Zach Gibson. And we'll get to when I get to the main event. But as far as this fatal four-way match was, good fatal four-way match, very good, and Norman Dar won. After the match, we get the Coffee Brothers coming in to attack Travis Banks, Flash Gordon Webster, and Mark Andrews, and Norman Dar. He didn't want to get involved. He thought about it. He's like, you know what? Let me get. It's like, forget it. It's like, oh, okay. I don't blame him. He's being a heel. When it comes to the UK division, basically. So yeah, so the Coffee Brothers were are being heels, and this a good angle where and proves that the WWE is serious with this UK brand, where they are having NXT UK brand a thing now. And yeah, I love it. That's a good way to telegraph it too. Next we get to the NXT North American Championship. We got the NXT North American Champion, Adam Cole, baby, who knows how to shock the system. Baby. You know? So yeah, so we get Adam Cole defends NXT North American Championship against Wolfgang. Match itself, pretty decent. And it ends up being pretty good, as it picks up. And in the end, Adam Cole wins the match. Baby. And there you go. Next we get a tag team match. You got Aleister Black, and who's the NXT champion, by the way, Ricochet, teaming up against EC3 and Velveteen Dream. So they had a match, and it was a good tag team match, folks. A very good tag team match. until the end. So Velveteen Dream was going through a kayfabe injury, not real, you know. So Ishidori was going to attack him, but then Velveteen Dream just leaves him. He leaves him high and dry. Gets off the apron. He walks away. And Ishidori is like, oh really? Yeah, you know, he's like, are you kidding me and all that, right? Like, and Ishidori realized, oh no, I'm about myself, and it's like he's behind me, isn't he? And then all of a sudden, Aleister Black takes him out with the black mass. I guess the 3 count for the win for him and for Ricochet. So yeah, so Aleister Black and Ricochet wins the match. Only because Ishidori was protected in his tag team loss, and the Velveteen Dream walked out of him because he want no part of this match anymore, which I don't blame him. I'm just kidding. But yeah, good match though. Very good match. Very good match. Now we get to the NXT Women's Championship. The NXT Women's Champion, the Queen of Spades, the submission of the Magician of Submission, Shayna Baszler, defends the NXT Women's Championship against Toni Storm. Great match, folks. Great match. I love the part that Toni Storm was selling her basically. Here's what happened. Shayna Baszler went after the leg of Toni Storm, kept stomping on it and all that, and like oh shit, look, she's gonna break it and all that, right? And Toni Storm was basically getting the better at one point. Basically, Toni Storm and Shayna Baszler are going back and forth, but Shayna Baszler was the one being the dominant one. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, Toni Storm is getting is not having a good night here against Shayna Baszler. But she was starting getting better, and then she started selling her leg and all that. That was damaged by Shayna Baszler, and she was doing a very good selling and all that, right? And then finally we get to the finish. So Toni Storm was getting taken. Remember how it was done? Oh yeah, now I remember. Shayna Baszler gets her into the Karakula clutch, chokes her outside the ring, leaves her there, gets in the ring, and Toni Storm trying to recover and try to get back in the ring, but couldn't do it, and ends by a count out. Basically, they didn't wait to protect Toni Storm in the loss, because I think down the line she'll get another match against Shayna Baszler. It got me thinking too and all, but I'm not gonna think too much about it until later on. We'll see what they do later on. But yeah, Shayna Baszler retains by countout, so she leaves. Also, Toni Storm is getting back in the ring, being helped by the referee. Shayna Baszler gets back in the ring, gets back in the Karakula clutch, and then takes her out. Passes basically puts her to sleep, and there you go. Shayna Baszler. And I think that's also going to lead to a future match between these two later on. I don't know if it is or not, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it does, but we'll see. Because we got more of these NXT women that wants an opportunity against Shayna Baszler. There's another story here from that one too and all. So yeah. But yeah, in a way, it was good. It was very good. Now let's get to the main event. The WWE United Kingdom Champion, I keep saying NXT. The WWE United Kingdom Champion, Pete Dunne, defends his championship against the winner of the tournament to be the number contender to face Pete Dunne for the title, Zach Gibson. And whoever wins this match will face Noam Dar in the future because of the WWE United Kingdom Championship match. Right? This match, the fans once again booing Zach Gibson and showing how much they hate him, and they're doing this whole chant of, if you hate Gibson, stand up. And they're doing it. If you hate Gibson, stand up. If you hate Gibson, stand up. So they're having a match, right? They're going at a back and forth action between the two. And then Zach Gibson's getting the better of Pete Dunne. And all of a sudden, I'm gonna do a demonstration here to let you know what I mean as I do this. I can't believe I'm doing this too, but I'm gonna do it anyways. The crowd, one of the crowds decided to do this. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. I'll show you right now. One of the crowds decided to do this. If you hate Gibson, shoes off. Or should I say shoe off? So sure enough, not everybody in the arena did it. You know, what comes to the Royal Albert Hall, not everyone in the Royal Albert Hall did it. Just like I guess you could say half of them did it in the crowds, but they did it anyways. They all did it. They did it. You know, the majority of the fans, they did it. They were like, if you hate Gibson, shoe off. If you hate Gibson, shoe off. And I'm sure, and I'm seeing everybody with their shoes off. Even in the hard camera was zooming out, and they were showing all the fans on that, you know, from the hard angle of the camera, they were with their shoe off. Like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? Like, holy shit! Like these fans, now, I guess in a way they were putting themselves over in this one, but also they were having fun, and they didn't do it too often though. But I'm like, holy shit, man, this is incredible. I'm like, why they couldn't all do it? Not everyone was doing it in there, but why couldn't they all do it? Like, this could, you know, work could have gone out from that one, you know. Like, oh my, like this could went viral, and all of them would have done it. But that was incredible though. It was still incredible. Oh my god, that was insane. If you hate Gibson, shoe off. Wow. And at the same time, you know, as these fans are doing this and all that, if you hate Gibson, stand up. If you hate Gibson, shoe off. And they're booing him and all that, and they're cheering for Pete Dunne. Are they gonna pull the trigger here? Are they gonna have Zach Gibson win the title here? Nope, that's not what happened. Pete Dunne ends up winning. So Pete Dunne ends up beating Zach Gibson. Now Zach Gibson could have won the match, by the way. He could have won the match about what, 3 times already, with a submission move that he did, because Pete Dunne's arm was being damaged in the match. Like, wow, a good 32-minute match too. Great match, by the way. Pete Dunne wins the match with the bitter end, and yeah, Zach Gibson, he was this close to winning the championship, and I thought they was gonna have him win, but they didn't pull the trigger. I would, no, if he would have won, I would not have been mad, because you know Zach Gibson, he showed me something here. He's a good wrestler. He's a good heel. He's getting heel heat. I wouldn't have been mad if he would have won the belt, but he didn't win it, unfortunately. Pete Dunne won it, which is still good that Pete Dunne is still the champion, because Pete Dunne is the best UK wrestler in the world. And there you go, Pete Dunne won. And they ended the show with a few NXT stars and a few UK stars on the stage, along with Pete Dunne and with Triple H and with Shawn Michaels and with John Saint, who's the UK general manager, and everyone's clapping and all that, and they're all celebrating that you know, it's a merge, a brand merging, NXT UK, that they're working in partnerships and all that, and like awesome ending, and there you go. And yeah, folks, incredible show. This was an incredible show. I loved it. I love what they did here. My overall rating for this show, for the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament 2018, 10 out of 10. There you go. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. Is this your first time watching me? Oh, alright. What comes to this show, again, from June 18th and 19th, 2018, and from June 20th and from June 25th and 26th, 2018, for the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament 2018, and yeah, and again, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Now back to this. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr. That's your boy Jordan. Please subscribe. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a thumbs down. Either way, don't care, but the choice is yours and yours alone. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise on that. So there you go. So you all have a good night. You all take care. Peace on the streets. Talk to you all soon. But for now, I'm out.